Well, tomorrow, South Carolina voters will decide who moves forward in some of the state's most watched primary races. But with a crowded field in the Republican race for governor, political experts say the results may not be immediately clear.
News 19's Josie Frost is joining us from the State House with what voters should watch out for as the results start coming in.
On Tuesday, voters will head to the polls. Here at the State House, every House seat will be up for re-election, and all eyes will be on the primary for governor. Political science experts say that race could take a long time to call.
In South Carolina, in order to win, a candidate has to get more than half of the total votes. If that doesn't happen, the top two will head to a runoff. Political science professor Chase Meyer says with a handful of major candidates in the race, the Republican primary for governor is likely headed there.
And because they are all polling so neck and neck, a few thousand votes could make the difference between making the runoff and missing it.
It could happen in other races too, like the Democratic primary for governor. Meyer says all this means it could be a long night as the polls come in, because it could come down to a few votes, and it could be a while before those results are reported. Meyer says voters watching results should be careful about drawing conclusions too early.
Don't make any conclusions until a county is about 70% fully reported. Because if a county is only 20, 30% reported, we have no idea where in that county those votes might be coming from.
Another thing to watch is turnout. South Carolina has already seen some strong early voting numbers, which sometimes means that there will be fewer people on Election Day. But Meyer says that might not be the case. He's predicting that with so many people interested in this governor's race, we could be looking at record-breaking numbers for voter turnout in a non-presidential primary election.
Competitive races draw people out. What gets people off their couches to stand in line to vote is when they know one vote might be the difference between a candidate making the runoffs and missing the runoffs.
And if the results are especially close, don't expect an immediate answer. Meyer says a small gap between candidates could mean some candidates might call for recounts or challenge individual ballots.
The closer an election is, the more lawyers are going to be involved. The more lawyers involved, the later it will be for us to know the winner.
Meyer also added that it's been a long time since South Carolina has had a statewide primary that's this competitive, and they'll want to count every vote. Reporting at the State House, Josie Frost, News 19, WLTX.